Good day, learners. We are back again today. We'll be factorizing cubic. We'll be factorizing cubics. Remember, when you are solving for your x-intercepts in a cubic function, you must know how to factorize a cubic function since you are going to let your y be equal to 0. So, in this case, let's start with the first one. Our a, we have f of x being x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x plus 12. Remember, your f of x is a cubic, meaning it is in the form ax cubed minus bx squared minus cx plus d. Yes, it can be written in this in this form. So now we want to factorize this thing. How do we factorize it? So today we'll be doing synthetic division method. This is one of the methods you can use. Most learners prefer using synthetic division because they say it's the simpler method. So we'll be dealing with synthetic division method. So in synthetic division, so here you are going to draw something like this. Here is your critical number. Here is your A, B, C, D from the equation. You can see from the equation you have A, B, C, D. Remember, so in our equation we have A, B, C, D. So they can omit C or B, any of these letters. You must know if they omitted any of these letters, you must write 0 so that you don't go wrong. So you must know inside this vice versa L, I can say L in a vice versa way. So in this L you must have four numbers A, B, C and D from your cubic. Then I will show you how to solve it. So this is the first thing. So now, how do you find the critical number? So you are going to take your Casio and press mode and press 3. After pressing mode, then it is going to say f of x is equal to. So when it says f of x is equal to, you are going to say alpha x cubed, you type your equation, minus 5 alpha x squared minus 8 alpha x plus 12. Then you say is equal to, it is going to say g of x. Then you just say is equal to, then it says start. Just say -5. Then it says end. Remember, after saying -5, you just press is equal to. And it says end, just say 5, then press is equal to. Then it says step 1, just press is equal to. Then what is going to happen? So now we want our critical number. Remember, our axis, you have two blocks. You have something like this. Let me draw it here. You have your axis here and your f of x. Your axis will be -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5, because we said it must start from -5 up to 5. So now we don't look at our axis. We just check in this side of y, where our y is 0. Where our y is 0, we can check where is our y 0. Let's write the values. When x is -5, what is our y? -198. Then -4 is -100. Then -3 is -36. Then -2 is 0. Then -1 is 14. Then 0 is 12. Then 1 is 0. And 2 is -16. So yeah, and so on and so on. So now what is going to happen here is that we check is where our y is 0. Where our y is 0. Remember, our y is f of x. So where in this block do we have 0? We can see we have 0 in here and here. So you can take any of those two, because those two are critical numbers. Any of them will give you a correct number. And do this. Let me show you. What is the x value here? Let's take this one, -2. So that means we are going to write -2 because it is our critical number. It's the x value that gives us a solution of 0. So we go back to our equation. Our equation is x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x plus 12. What is our a? Our a is 1. What is our b? Our b is -5. Just leave spaces in between. And our c is -8. And our d is 12. So when using synthetic division, always your d will be cancelled. Your d will be cancelled. That means our 12 will be cancelled. Always. Your d, your last number here will be cancelled. Your d. So let's check. Let's confirm that. When using synthetic division, you draw a line here. Let me draw a proper line. So you draw a line here. Always, you just take your a down. You just bring your a down, which is here. You bring your a down. Always, your a, you bring it down. Then what is going to happen? You are going to take your critical number, multiply it by here. Any number that you get here, the numbers that you are going to get here, multiply them by a critical number. So in this case, we have 1. That means it's -2 multiplied by 1, which is what? Which is -2. Then we add them straight. Straight here, we add. We add here. We add here. So -5 plus -2. This is going to give us -7. So remember, I said each and every number that we are going to get here, we multiply it by the critical number and write it to the next block. So in this case, since we had 1, I said we bring down the a always. So our a was 1. Then we multiply it by critical number. We write it in the next column. Then we add them. We found -7. Now we are going to say -7 multiplied by -2, which is +14. Then we add them. -8 plus +14 is 6. Then we multiply them again. -2 times 6 is -12. 12 minus 12 is 0. I said always your d will be cancelled. You can see that it is cancelled because it's 12 and minus 12. Then after doing this, your equation will always be in a quadratic form. And you know, when your equation is in a quadratic form, it is simple for you to factorize it. You can just use a quadratic equation, or you can just use it by just looking at it. You can just solve it. So now we are going to have two brackets, trinomials. A one that contains a quadratic and a one that contains a critical number. Remember, our solution is x is equal to -2. For us to find the solution x is equal to -2, what did we do? That means we had x plus 2 is equal to 0. That means in this block we're going to write x plus 2. Then in this block, the first one here, remember down here we have 3 numbers here, which is the one that has x squared and the one that has x and that one that has nothing. Because I said here you are going to have your equation in quadratic form. So that means it's x squared since it's 1. Then minus 7x plus 6. Then x squared minus 7x plus 6, you can factorize it. You have x plus 2. X squared minus 7x plus 2. How do you factorize it? You open 2 brackets. You have x, you have x. Then you have minus 6, you have minus 1. That is how you factorize it. If you don't know how to factorize it, you can just go to quadratic. Your quadratic equation says x is equal to plus minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is your quadratic equation. You can use it if you don't know how to factorize. So in this case, we can see that our solution is x is equal to -2, or x is equal to 6, or x is equal to 1. Now let's go and confirm. Remember, we had two critical. Remember, critical numbers are our solutions. So we go back and check where we got another 0. Remember, I said you can use this one or this one. let's see the x value of this one. The x value is 1, is indeed 1. And 1 is also part of our solution. So you see, even if we took 1, we were going to get the correct solution. Since, well, 1 have showed us from the calculator that this is the solution. By the way, you can find all the solutions using your calculator. This is a secret, but then I prefer you as a mathematician to use what? The method, so that you understand where does the solution comes from. So you see, if we said start, if we pressed on our calculator, we said start from -7 and end at +7, we were going to get all the 3 solutions. Because even at 6, we are going to get that the y value is what? Is 0, which is a critical number, which is our solution also. By the way, but then as we just want one solution so that we can use it and factorize using our synthetic division, or alternatively, but this wastes time. That's why I prefer using a calculator. You can just, from your equation, you can just enter 1 where you see x. Then if the number is not 0 here, that means that's not a solution. Enter 2. If the number is not 0, you can enter all the numbers by order until when you enter a number here, this gives you 0. If it does not give you 0, that's not a solution. So you'll enter numbers one by one, but then that is why I say you would rather use a calculator, because a calculator is straightforward. You just press, it will going to give you all this. It is going to substitute them for you, and you will see where does this gives you 0. Okay, I don't think time is enough. It's not on our side. We won't be able to finish all these examples since we have like 15 minutes. So now let's do number B. Number B says we have f of x being x cubed minus x squared minus x plus 10. F of x is equal to x cubed minus x squared minus x plus 10. So remember, we draw this. Then we have what? We have our critical number. We have A, B, C, and D. What are our A, B, C, and D? Our A is 1. Our B is -1. Don't make a mistake. It goes with the negative side. Our C is -1. Our D is 10. Then we draw our line here. What do? We go to our calculator. We press alpha x cubed minus alpha x squared minus x plus 10 equal to start -5 and 5, step 1. Then we look where our y is 0. Our y is 0 at x is equal to -2. So we still have the same critical solution, which is -2. Now let's check. Remember, I said you always bring down your a. What is your a? Is 1. You bring it down here. Then you start multiplying. -2 multiplied by 1 is -2. You can draw blocks here. Then -2 plus -1. So they are going to give you what? -3. Then you say -2 multiplied by -3 is +6. Then -1 plus 6 is 5. Then -2 multiplied by 5 is -10. Then -10 is 0. You can see always your D is going to be cancelled. Even in this case, it is cancelled. So now we know our equation. Remember, for us to get x is equal to -2, it was x plus 2. So we're going to say x plus 2. Then our quadratic, which is x squared minus 3x plus 5. So we have x plus 2, x squared minus 3x plus 5. How do we factorize it? You check, you go straight. You can see that this thing needs you to use a quadratic. Let's try using a quadratic equation for x squared minus 3x plus 5. So when using a quadratic, it's going to have, let me write it here, x squared minus 3x plus 5. Quadratic, it says x equals to minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That means you are going to have minus into minus 3 plus minus root minus 3 squared minus 4 into 1 into 5.